What's going on, guys? It's Brandon, or teslaflex, and behind me I have my 2026 Model Y launch series, and in this video I'll be going over some accessories that you should have for your new Model Y on day one, so let's get into it. Before we get started, I just want to clarify this is the 2026 Model Y, the refreshed version, so all the accessories in this are not compatible with the last generation Model Y. However, if you're looking for accessories and you have an older Model Y, I'll have my other accessory video linked below, but let's get into it. Now, one of the first accessories that I recommend you have on day one is the floor mats from 3D Max Spider. Now, Tesla does include carpet floor mats with the Model Y on most trims. However, they're not really great quality and they don't cover very much. But as you can see right here with the 3D Max Spider floor mats, they cover all the way up here on the dead pedal and down in this area where rocks and stuff will usually get from the carpet floor mats. And then right here, it gets up to the sides as well, and even a little splash guard in case you have a bunch of liquid. It won't go back into the seat. And of course, in the back seats, these cover just as much as well. And you can see, of course, it goes up, has that raised lip, perfect if you have kids. And then this one, which I would say is not as popular but still very useful, is the cargo liner from 3D Max Spider. Now, this still allows you to actually open this without any issues, so it's really nice. And you know, it makes it look a lot better. So if you actually are hauling anything, like any kind of gardening stuff, or you're working on something, this is perfect because it will keep the carpet clean. Now, I've actually been using these 3D Max Spider floor mats on my Teslas for about, I've owned Teslas for about 6 years now, and my very first Tesla, I had these floor mats, and I gotta say, they're so good that I've had them on 8 other Teslas. So I've had these on 9 Teslas total. So I can say these are probably the best quality floor mats I have found, and of course, they have a great warranty and really easy to clean. 3D Max Spider actually offers what I just showed you in 2 different packages. So the first package is the front 2 seats and then the back seats right here. And then we have the optional cargo liner right here, but I of course recommend you get this as well as the front mats. Make sure to check these out in the description below, and don't forget to use the code on the screen to get a discount. Next up, we have the MagBak wireless charger for the center display. This is essentially a wireless charger that mounts onto the corner of your screen with some adhesive, and then you can run the wire down along here underneath the wireless charger, or like right next to it. And then you have to peel this back a little bit, but you can kind of get it jammed into the center console right here. And then you can actually plug it directly into the 65-watt USB-C port. Pretty convenient. These are only 18 watts, I believe, and they actually make the phone a bit warmer than they actually charge it. So in my experience, I prefer this over these wireless chargers right here. The nice part about the MagBak wireless charger is that you can use the MagBak Elite case or any MagBak case, and it fits on perfectly, as well as most MagSafe cases. So you can just pop this right here, have your phone kind of angled towards you, and it's in your line of sight. That way you don't have to touch your phone every time you're driving around. And of course, you can also get other accessories from MagBak, like their phone case, their RimCase for the Legacy Model Y, and of course the Elite case, which is probably my favorite phone case right now. But this is also really helpful to have, especially when on long trips, because I don't want to have to constantly set my phone down. It'd be nice to just keep it right up here. So thanks again for MagBak for sponsoring this video. Let's get on to the next accessory. Next up, we have the GYEON LeatherShield Evo ceramic coating for the seats. Now, this is probably something I recommend the most for wide interior, especially if you have kids, because this really makes the seats a lot easier to clean. And while white Tesla seats are pretty resilient on their own, this just adds an extra layer of protection, and it's super easy to install. They give you all the instructions you need. And of course, I made a YouTube short about this. It's pretty simple. I recommend this to pretty much everyone, white seats or black seats. You can also find this in the description below or from my Amazon storefront. Next up, we have some accessories from Spigen, and Spigen makes probably the best console organizers and really organizers for Tesla. And they've been doing this for a little while, and I have never had any issues with any of them. So let's just go through them one by one, because there's actually a few just in this shot right here. So the first one is this center console organizer. Now, this one does not slide actually, it just kind of fits right in like this. However, there is a sliding one that they do offer, and this one goes a bit lower in here, so you can actually fit a little bit less stuff in here, or even both of these. So you could have both sat right here, have the more important stuff on top, the less important stuff on the bottom. And of course, the Model Y center console area is super deep. So it's really nice to have this to at least kind of layer them. So have the least important stuff way down there, have slightly important stuff right here, and then of course the most important things right here. I prefer this over just having this, honestly, just because it's a little bit higher up, so it's nice to just grab what I need when I need it. This is also very nice, but you do have to reach a bit lower, so that's why I kind of prefer this one now. And of course, underneath the armrest, we have even more storage. So right here, we have the storage with all the USB-C ports and everything. But the one thing is that this makes it so much easier to stay organized. So I have my wallet, my keys, but you can even see right here, I have 2 holes, one on either side, for a USB-C port or a USB-C cable to run through, which makes it really nice. So you can actually still run cables through here without impacting the actual functionality of this accessory. Next, we have the under-screen storage. Now, this is actually the first time I've had this in a Tesla, and I've been using it for probably a few days to a week now. It's really nice. The nice thing about this is it actually has 2 separate sections, and as you can see right here, it's just magnetized. So this has magnets right up here, and then there's actually this top piece right here. So you would just set this top piece down like so, and then you just have to kind of bring it up here, and it will magnetize automatically, sticks right on. You do have to pull it down really to get it off, so it's not just gonna fall apart while you're driving. It's really nice if you just wanna store some stuff like right here. This is an iPhone 16 Pro Max, and it reaches about this far out. You can also put stuff sideways, of course, but it's just nice to have an extra spot right here to put stuff if you need to. Next up, we have the sun visor from Spigen as well. Now, the nice part about this is that you can store it on the side. Velcro's right here. And now, all I have to do to unfold it is just lay it out like this. And then, of course, we have 2 sides on this, so I don't think most people know this, but you can actually do both sides. So this I usually would have out during the winter in case I want to get some extra heat inside the car. And this, of course, reflects the sunlight. So it just slides right here. And then we have this little Velcro piece as well. This goes down with the visors. Just open the visor fully and it will hold it in place. And then you have this optional little Velcro thing right here you can use. But I usually prefer to not do that and just kind of keep it like this so I can still use the cabin camera if needed. And of course, unfolding it, super easy. Or I guess folding it is super easy. Go like this. So we have right here, this is the top part, this is the bottom part. I'll do a quick tutorial. So turn each hand clockwise until you get a couple mini circles like this. And now it's perfectly circle shaped. Get the bag for it. Slide it in the bag. And now Velcro it. And my favorite part, stick it on the side so when you don't need it, it's right there, but you know exactly where it is. So let's move on to the next accessory. I of course have these screen protectors from Spigen. Now this is actually the matte screen protector, which gives it, you know, a matte look, a matte finish, and I like it a lot. They also offer the clear version. I had the clear version on my previous Model Y and I had the matte version on my new Model 3. I went between it and I kind of realized like the clear one is kind of nice, but it also shows fingerprints a lot better. This is really good for not showing fingerprints. Now, the new Model Y has 2 displays, so let me just hop out real quick because there is a rear display, and as you might expect, there is a screen protector for the rear display as well. Now, I wouldn't say this is like super important. You're not gonna drop the rear display. However, if you have kids or if you're carrying anything or you have pets, this is a very expensive part right here because this whole thing is one part. This like little air vent piece, all this is about $600 to replace, and they can't just replace the glass. So it's the whole component that has to get replaced. So I always recommend a screen protector for the rear display and the front display because you never know, and of course you don't want to find out the hard way how much it costs to replace one of these screens in your car. And before we end off the video, I just want to talk about one bonus accessory, one that you probably wouldn't need on day one, but I would recommend if you're looking for any type of wheels for your new Tesla or your existing Tesla. I can never recommend Martian wheels enough. So these are the 20-inch Martian wheels MW05 in the satin gunmetal color. I've had Martian wheels on about half my Teslas now, and I think this is probably the best design they have. They have the MW03s and the MW05, which are both forged, and then the MW08s, which are flow formed and more affordable. I highly recommend you check out Martian wheels if you're looking for a new set of wheels. I'll have them linked in the description below as well. All right, guys, that just about does it for this video. Of course, thank you again to MagBak for sponsoring this video. Check out their wireless charger, their RimCase, and their phone cases in the description below. And of course, if you have any questions about any of the accessories I mentioned in this video, let me know down in the comments below. Or if there's any accessories you want to see in the future accessory video, the more in-depth one that I'm making in the next few months, let me know as well. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks again, guys, for watching. I'll see you in the next one.